Birmingham 2022. Our second match is ready in Pool A. It's Australia, the world number ones, against Barbados, world ranked number 12.
The opponents of the Diamonds. They want some silverware back in the cabinet, do the Diamonds. And the whistle blows and the Australian Diamonds campaign is underway.
Oh, Ash Brazel straight into it. She's going to challenge in the air this entire game.
Nice and steady early into Gretel Buetta.
That's a good sign for me because, yes, they're going to win this game. That's a given. But I think there's so much to work on here. They've got to look ahead to medals already. You don't want to get cocky, but you've got to start planning. And so you can see the discipline early on in this game.
So 2 under the post for Gretel Buetta, the Queensland Firebird. And the target of Buetta, lovely feed from Watson. So a quick response from the Diamonds, out to 5-1.
Vantage break, wing attack.
Again, just struggling to cross this transverse line, and the contest comes from Maloney.
Interesting to note that Wharton hasn't had a touch on the ball yet. She's so dominant normally in the circle. Ball in hand now, will shoot from anywhere, we know that.
That's the issue with the Diamonds. You leave one and the other one comes alive. And that'll be the job of Steph Wood. But Gretel Buetta going along very nicely here at the moment. 9 from 10 at 90%. Just the hands of Barbados early. Is that the pressure of Australia, or is that the skill, or is that the skill?
Well, there's probably a bit of both, but I'm putting it down to the pressure because every single ball is being contested, and it's being contested by an incredibly gifted athlete. All of these Diamonds players, as I mentioned, when they ran out onto the court, look so fit and ready to get this gold medal back.
Vantage break and goal attack.
Oh, lovely double play. And again, Gretel Buetta shining at the post for the Diamonds. Brothers Kurt and Joel, who played in the AFL. So 21-3 the scoreline. It's a terrific work ethic and rate from the Diamonds.
Well, and that's the other thing too. Stacey Marinkovic would have set challenges for them. Certain goals they want to get to, what they want to keep their opponents to.
Set it backwards, goal defence, centre, beside.
Kath, how important is it for Steph Wood to get herself on the board here? Gretel Buetta has shot 21 goals. She's shot all of Australia's goals.
Yeah, I think in games like this, it's important to try to mix it up because, as I said before, you've got to think about the bigger picture. Discipline. You know, it's getting predictable now. It's going through to Gretel Buetta because it's easy. But you've got to start to change that game plan up.
Lovely cut and drive by Watson to the circle edge. Here's Wood. Doesn't want to sight the post, though. And again, the easy road over the top. The athleticism on Buetta on show here.
Loving the work Brown's doing at wing attack for Barbados. Hasn't stopped, constantly readjusting, making moves. Another long bomb coming from Wharton. Still hasn't sunk one, though. Hard game to play. That one, however, is not. It is going in effortlessly to Gretel Buetta.
Well, spare a thought at the moment for the umpire, Gary Burgess, who's
running a marathon.
Running a marathon to the left of screen.
Well, yeah, if they can hit 25 and stay on target, that's a 100 score for the Diamonds to open their campaign. Not bad.
Well, there's the first for Steph Wood. She's on the board.
14 and a half minutes to get there, though.
Footwork. Free pass Australia.
Okay, footwork called on Barbados. So again, the Diamonds, another opportunity. Transition through court.
Well, look how quickly they're getting in. It's like there's some urgency here. You know, I said there could be a score that they're working towards.
That'll be the Diamonds with 7 seconds.
Australia have got time. Outside on the whistle.
So plenty of time here for the Diamonds to score. Off the hand of Wood with 3 on the clock. And drops her second for the quarter. And the first 15 minutes for the Diamonds, done and dusted. And they've certainly owned the quarter, haven't they? Well and truly. Leading 24-4. So there's the results. My apologies, 25-4. Australia taking on Barbados in the Pool A game. So the Australian Diamonds back onto court for the second quarter. A fairly solid first 15 from them. 25-4 the score coming up against Barbados. And of course, it is the redemption campaign for the Diamonds. After their 1-goal loss, the pain still felt from 2018 on the Gold Coast against England. And they'll contend with Barbados here early. They'll know the result. Oh, Ash Brazel comes through, Catherine Cox.
It's just the last couple of steps, isn't the speed onto the ball. And that's happened a few times in that first quarter, really taking Barbados by surprise. They'll be well aware of it happening now, won't they? Well, down in back of play, Azor Bruce, and she does not look comfortable. That would be a big loss to Barbados if this was a serious injury. Let's hope it's not.
So the Brains Trust now needing to discuss what will take place. Who comes on? I would say Faye Agard.
Well, there's the work from Ash Brazel, though. You can see just those final steps. Brown had stopped on the ball to take it. Big mistake. No, Rock Yor it is.
Do you need injury time to be extended? Extend injury time.
So you can see the umpire there just
Ball go.
asking for the extension of injury time. So obviously,
Just be ready, please.
yeah, the injury not ideal here.
Players' injury time has been
I mean, that doesn't
extended.
look okay. Shoes off and she's been helped off the court, but no stretch has been brought out or anything like that. So, as I said, let's just hope it's not too bad. Australia a moment to come together and just chat about what the plan is.
This won't be the only day she sees the Commonwealth Games. As we get back into it, second quarter.
One of the few mistakes that has come in attack in terms of the pass, and that was a Joe Weston wind-up from the centre third. So they may need to just think about that one.
Oh, into the hand straight of Maloney.
That's
It's a
it.
contact
Australia
call.
centre's there. Vantage moving off Australia centre.
Yeah, Wharton again, another long one, Sue. This is right at the edge.
I was just going to say, if that falls, it goes against everything I've just said, but it doesn't. So she's taken 4 of those and missed all of them. Shanika Wharton is known for her long-range shooting, but 3 from 8 at the moment at 38%. Reminding, though, she's up against the Australian Diamonds. So Agard comes on to replace.
Here's the work. Look at the hand around the waist of Lizzie Watson.
Come
Well,
on, you do what you can. can't you,
absolutely.
against the Diamonds?
Gosh, yeah. Surprised it was only one hand.
It's Australia throw-in.
Oh, another ball, though, just thrown away under the pressure of what's happening.
So the Diamonds now out to 34 goals, just 5 minutes gone in this second quarter. They opened up lovely with 25 goals on the board to Barbados' 4.
Well, that'll now be the trend. They'll be trying to score more than they did in that first. They'll be trying to keep Barbados to less. Looked like it just went through the hands. Courtney Bruce. Well, she saw it coming a mile away. One of the speckiest intercepts of the game so far. Nicely rewarded down the other end from Gretel Bueta. Here it is on stretch. The West Coast Fever captain, Courtney Bruce.
So the game's sitting at 16 to Australia and 5 at the moment to Barbados. But more importantly, intercepts, Catherine.
Well, 9 to Australia and the 1 to Barbados. That's what Stacey Marinkovic will want. Clean ball. She'll certainly be loving the loose ball stuff and getting 16 gains in, what, just over one quarter. Whew.
Please. That's it.
You mentioned Barbados not having a whole heap of international competition. Well, really no country has in the last couple of years with COVID. So the fact that there seems to be pretty slick up this attack line is really promising for the Diamonds' early days.
Stacey Marinkovic taking over
Goal defence.
the Australian Diamonds in August 2020. Ran that dual role with West Coast Fever. Kath, she did something a little special, didn't she, for the Australian Diamonds players leading into tonight's game. You want to share that with us?
Yeah, she asked a few ex-players, myself included, to pen a letter to one of them. Mine was Gretel Bowetta, just about the experience of being a Diamond, what it means, what it meant to me in the lead up to this Commonwealth Games, and I did that with great joy, and particularly Gretel Bowetta, because I think she's just incredible, and she sent me a beautiful little thank you message just before this game. So obviously the messages just got to the players, but what a really special thing for them to be able to have right before they start this big campaign.
Well, you've got a gold and 2 silvers to your name. How much do you think this is going to mean to the Australian Diamonds to want to put silverware back in the Australian Diamonds cupboard?
Yeah, so much. And just a little reminder too about the history of this team, the people that have played before them, and the success, as you say, Sue, that's gone before a lot of them as well. So, you know, really nice for them to also think that we're supporting them from wherever we are in the country and in the world.
So enjoying even the umpire's call is Blackman. Some footwork.
Boundaries obstruction centre.
Just over 2 minutes in the second quarter to go. Only the 6 goals on the board, but the crowds enjoyed every moment of them for Barbados. And Australia, though, they notch up a half century here with 50. Gretel Bowetta contributing 42 of those at the moment at 91%.
Boundaries obstruction wing attack.
Well, I mentioned the little goals within this game, you know, trying to score more in this quarter than they did in the first, trying to keep Barbados to less than they did. They're on track. 25 in the first, 25 in the second so far scored by Australia, 4 Barbados in the first and just 2 at the moment. Make that 3. Oh, good, yeah, good challenge. What a shame that pesky line gets in the way.
Who invented this game?
Obstruction goalkeeper. Goalkeeper, adjust that distance, please.
So you can hear the umpire just indicating to the players, which I think's great, just making sure, don't keep repeating this behaviour.
Contact,
otherwise,
wing attack in the centre third.
Bad side of the whistle.
Vantage contact
Oh,
centre.
beautiful drive though then.
Contact wing defence.
Ash Brazel all over the top
Wing
there.
defence, please,
Oh,
Barbados.
Vanessa Bob,
That's it.
or should I say Samantha Brown, my apologies.
Vantage offside.
And again, well, Brown's going to know she's played a game of netball at the end of this, isn't she? Wharton took a long time to pick that up off the ground.
Goalkeeper obstruction.
So plenty of time here for the Diamonds, 20 seconds, and Wood just
Contact goal defence. Penalty.
knows exactly where Bowetta is going to be every time. Has a great connection with Cara Conan at Sunshine Coast Lightning, also in the Australian Diamonds, but forming, as you said,
Contact wing
Kath,
defence.
that connection now here on the court with Gretel
Contact
Bowetta.
goalkeeper.
Well, and that'll be Stacey Marinkovic's thinking as well.
So the siren goes
shooting, you
for
can take the
half time, but there will be a shot by Barbados off the hand of Wharton. Oh, and the crowd will love that one, won't they? That's a moment for that lady on screen. Shanika Wharton walks off the court with a shot on a penalty after the siren, but Australia still winning, should I say, this game at the moment and doing it very well.
I don't think I changed my band.
Back the other way.
52 to
Thank you
9.
very much.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thanks, Ange.
So there's your quarter score breakdowns. 25-4, should I say, and then Kath, Australia putting their foot down 27-5.
Contact, advantage offside, wing defence.
So a few changes made, as I said, she'll be thinking about
Wing
fresh
defence,
legs,
you're
got to get them
offside
through
first.
right to the end of this tournament, as it should be.
Yeah, real presence. A real presence at this game. And for everyone that we've spoken to, everyone refers back to 2018 in the big game against Australia and England. The first gold medal won by England.
It was the first time any gold medal game, it hasn't been Australia and New Zealand, so that in itself
Goalkeeper, both of you.
Was a moment, wasn't it?
Yep.
You're defending with your action.
Gary Burgess just falling short of words there as he was describing the outcome of his whistle. 68-12, 2:47 left on the clock in this third quarter. And Barbados, the 12th ranked of the 12 countries playing in this netball tournament. Two pools, A and B.
Step back, step in, go defence.
Yeah, you got a little cheeky there, trying to get a bit closer to the post.
Contact, go shoot there, penalty.
Oh, Sarah Clow cooks that one too far and then has a little go at Bruce and says she should have been there.
But this is where the Diamonds have got to be really careful for mine. It's the second half. The game's getting a little ratty. The score's blowing out, but they've got to stay disciplined. As I keep saying, there's a much bigger picture that they need to think about here. That's the finals. And if you let any of this sloppy play come into it against some of those bigger countries...
It's not healthy. Great rebound by Agard and the finish for Barbados. Just interesting to watch this scoreline. So in terms of breakdowns, it was 25 in the first for Australia, 27 in the second, and now just sitting at 17 in the third. So the fluency of ball to post has been lost with this combination change. Do we read much into it?
I think you read a little bit into it. Sure, your opponents are tiring. And they're probably not as fit as Australia.
Contact goal defence.
But you also have to go and prove a point. As a player, being in that moment, you always looked at what the other combinations got, how many goals they got. You put that as your target. You wanted to beat it. So, as you say, 9 goals the difference from what they scored in the last quarter to this one, and only a minute to go. But that's not saying it's just the issue of Cara Conan and Kira Austin.
Time. Umpire's emergency time for the shoe off.
Oh, now we've got the shoe off.
Oh, and that's an emergency as well. All happening here.
So the
She needs
umpire,
the shoe on.
the umpire needs to call time for those that might not understand the game of netball and are enjoying watching our coverage here. You do need to call time for the shoe to go on. The wardrobe needs to be perfect.
Yeah, good passing straight up the middle here and a little bit of showtime at the end.
Well, how good was the camera work, Catherine Cox, to get the vision of that straight down the middle. We'll enjoy the replay as Latonya Blackman goes up with the right arm and gets the finish. Best passage of play to date from Barbados. And they're getting their confidence up now as Azor Bruce gets a tip.
It's on the circle edge, but inside.
Well, fitting it's coming from the two most experienced, the two co-captains too. Azor Bruce and Blackman.
So having their best return at the moment, Barbados. Can they get another one in with 16 on the clock? I'm sure the crowd will woo them in. Back space. Agard keeps it in.
Offside.
But not to be. The Diamonds have a chance here. They can go quick. Watch Bruce go long. 2 seconds on the clock. Conan, the finish. Does it count? Yes, the score counts from Gary Burgess. So big smiles on the face for Cara Conan. And the Australian Diamonds put their foot down and take the score out 72-14. Birmingham Commonwealth Games, and of course the scoreline 73-14 certainly flatters the Diamonds, but Barbados have been working their way through this game and growing as it goes.
Some interesting changes made in attack. We noticed Lizzie Watson, the captain, was off. But it's now Kira Austin that's taken that spot. So she's moved from goal attack out to wing attack. Steph Wood on at goal attack. So we quite often see Steph Wood in that wing attack position. Biggest thing of all, though, is getting the majority of players out on court day one.
Great take by Sunday Ariang.
Forward. Vantage moving off, wing attack.
Maloney just waits for Wood to come out, the quick hands, and then the beautiful feed from Kira Austin. Gives herself a nod. Likes the offload. So So the Diamonds just cruising here, aren't they?
Offside centre, free pass Barbados.
Pretty much just going through the motions of play. That one an offside, though. Backspace, Ariang looking at it.
Yeah, it was well held, though, getting it out. Oh, and it's Sarah Clow with the final tip. You can feel that pressure building the whole way through.
Held to just 2 goals at the moment, Barbados, in this final quarter. They scored 4 in the first 5 and 5 in the second and third. A chance here for their third off Agard, and it goes straight through the middle. I feel like this is where she should have been from the start of the game.
Agreed.
I know Wharton was decent, but one great thing about Austin is the height she brings to wing attack. Ariang deflects the ball, goes out of court.
Well, isn't this a prime example of the flexibility? We've spoken about it, yes, but Ariang in at wing defence, Austin at wing attack, and both of them having blinders in positions they're not used to.
Right arm wing defence. Yep.
Back to the line. The Gems just working their way here. Oh, front position, that'll be contact from Western.
Feed even came in. It's at the top of the circle.
Well, look at the height difference there between Holder and Western.
She looks perplexed, Western, doesn't she?
Well,
but it was clear indication from Gary Burgess where the contact came from.
Yeah, but have a look at Holder. She's a lot smaller. She's actually getting in and under the body too. Really doing well to make it obvious that there's a bit of push and shove happening there.
Oh, it was a great rebound from the smallest in the circle, almost the smallest on court. Brianna Holder started a goal attack, went to wing attack, and looks like she'll finish the game in at goal shooter. A bit of mess from the Diamonds. Just over a minute to play as we'll wrap up the Pool A game here. And Ariang again, I tell you what, she is one of the most exciting prospects for the Diamonds. I wonder if she makes her way into the starting 7 here.
Well, she keeps this form up. Have a look. It's the chase as well and the tiptoe along the transverse line.
The awareness to keep her vision, to make sure she wasn't going offside, and use the left hand to find her target. Just clever and terrific camera work. So they stretch the score to 94, the Diamonds. They may get one more. Barbados a chance here. Chipping their way through. Back to Stout. Oh, beautiful placement through the middle. Around from Holder.
Oh,
and then
Western to spoil the party.
Conan out. Will take the mid-range. Not her range normally. And a big, strong rebound from Azor Brown. Well, again, a little sloppy from Barbados. The Diamonds here with a love check.
Kira Austin. I am here for this. I am loving this from her.
What a way to finish for the Diamonds off the hands of Kira Austin. And a big tally of 95 goals to take the game, their first of the tournament. Barbados slot in 18. And our Pool A game final result, 95-18 for Australia.